So these are symptoms that you are getting better and better energetic level inside of you. How do you know it? You are less reactive. You are less aggressive. You are less violent. You are more compassionate. You are more understanding. You are more caring. You are more loving. You can give up your own interest at times for the sake of somebody else who would possibly benefit out of it.
Through your mission, there's a lot of good work that is being done, and I would like to know if how we can contribute and volunteer. I mean, different dimensions and aspects of volunteering. If you could just give us an idea about that.
Yeah, I don't think it's a question. It's more like your intention you have expressed, and I so much look forward to the younger generation of our country to really come forward and first and foremost realize the responsibility that life sustains in mutuality. The foundational thing that we all need to realize, that this whole nature, this whole universe, this whole cosmos, everything is interrelated. Everything is interconnected. Nothing that you see, nothing that you perceive is basically in isolation, separations. Everything is interconnected. It is interconnected, interrelated, interdependent. As a result, what happens, if we really want to be happy in life, which most of us wish to, you can't be happy until such time you realize this fundamental reality of the cosmic truth. What? That life thrives on mutuality. Life sustains on cooperation and not competition. Life sustains and thrives and grows and blossoms in what? In giving, rather than always extracting, in assimilating, rather than always aggressively asserting yourself to claim your own rights. So here the whole concept of volunteering is so very important to each one of us, that if we really want to realize the beauty of life, if we really want to truly realize what a gift God has given us, then it all starts when we start to share whatever God has given us with everybody around us. But how do you do that? To do that, my first thing is that you need to first collect yourself. You need to come to yourself. After all, you are saying you want to volunteer, but I am questioning, where are you? Who are you? If you say, I want to volunteer in Loknath Divine Life Mission's activities, then my question is, are you sure you are there? Because you are not always there. You are split into so many. You are disintegrated so much. You are not able to find yourself at most times as one piece. That's the reason you cannot focus. That's the reason you cannot concentrate. That's the reason you cannot have attention at one spot. Do you know what is the attention span of the world population these days? Hardly 5-6 seconds. It's dwindling down from 13 down. It's almost like fish memories now. Why? Because none of us are able to put our mind into one place. We are so much distracted. So anyone who wants to volunteer have to first sit and quietly ask, if I want to give, am I ready for it? If I want to share, what am I going to share? My chaotic energy? My distracted mind? My body, which isn't very healthy? So first thing first, before we start giving, we need to first come to realize what is the gift of God this body is, what is the infinite gift of God that my brain, my mind, my consciousness is. And then if I have to know it, if I have to feel it, if you have to perceive it in real depth, then I have to start meditation. I have to come to myself, because meditation is nothing but moving from outside to inside, because all the time you have been only focused outside. Whatever you have done since your childhood, you have only been taught and told and trained to be focused outside. You were never trained to sit at one place quiet, where your mind becomes absolutely settled. You have never been given that training. As a result, what happens, if you have to sit quiet for some time, you immediately take your phone and you start to scroll down. You immediately flip the channels in the TV, or you take this book and you leave it and you do this, and it's all fidgeting. Why? Because you inside your mind, you need some support outside. Otherwise, you feel you can't handle yourself. My point is, before you jump out to give, I wish you give yourself. First, your gift has to be to yourself. First, volunteer to probe inside of you, to dive inside of. This is volunteering. My self-knowledge also is a volunteering. I want to do service to myself. You know what is service to myself? I don't want to be a stranger to myself. As much as I am not very comfortable with any stranger. I don't open my door to anybody who is a stranger. I'm fine with good friends, people whom I know. But am I very comfortable with a stranger? No. In the same tone, if I ask you, are you sure who you are? If you have any answer, tell me, who are you? You'll possibly give me your name, you'll possibly tell me where do you belong to, you'll possibly tell me about your parents, you'll tell me what you are studying, or whatever you must be doing all about it. But they have nothing to do with who you are. There's something to do with your body, there is something to do with your mind, something to do with your habits, something to do with your past, something to do with your future, but that's not you. You are absolutely someone about which you hardly have any perception, because it is deep inside of you as a pure beingness. You can't have access to that until such time you come a little closer to you. So volunteer from outside to inside of you. That's my first point. If you really want to go out and do some good work anywhere in the world, if you really want to share to anybody whatever you want to share, make sure your energy is right. Make sure your consciousness is in right place. Make sure you understand that whatever you give will come back to you. So in order to give the best, you have to have the best. If you want to do charity, you need to earn. After you have met your own, then you can give the excess to people in charity, isn't it? So the idea of what I am trying to drive at each one of you is this. Before we want to do any social work, before we want to bring about any social change, before we want to bring any change in the world for all the injustices all around, before we want to dispel the darkness and gloom all around us, I want you to first peep inside of you to see how you can dispel your own gloom, how you can dispel your own darkness, how you can dispel your own ignorance about many things of life, how you yourself can be more integrated when you are so fragmented, how you can be such a person where your mind, your body is in alignment with each other. Not that your mind wants to go somewhere, your body says, no, I don't want to go. Your body wants to do something, your mind says, no, I'm very tired. There has to be a beautiful gelling. Then you together, you and your body, mind and body, in perfect jugalbandi, jisko kehte hai na, mano jugalbandi. That means they should play together as a beautiful team. And that teamwork needs to be weaved for, because it's not there. Your mind is working separately, your body is working separately, and your body is totally your memory, which is just repeating every day the same things. So let me come very focused. I want to give an answer to you that if you really want to do some sustainable good work that would really bring about any change anywhere, start with yourself. This is today's whatever I'm trying to share. I think the universe has given me this to share with all of you here, that if we want to change anybody, The first one that needs to go through the process of change and transformation is me first. Me first. So my first volunteer service is not to the world. My first volunteer service is myself. This is called as the journey to self-discovery. The journey to self-discovery. Why? It's there. That's the reason you are discovering it. It's not that you're going to find something which is not there. It is already there with you. If you are looking for that ultimate blissfulness, you can't find it if it is not inside of you. It's already there, innate in your own Atman, in your own soul, in your own spirit, in your own self. It is there. But because you have been always told to look for it outside, you have not trained your brain, you have not trained your mind, you have not trained your body to sit quiet for a longer time at any one place. You'll feel restless. You'll not be allowed. It will be itching here, it will be paining here, it will be doing so many things. Now, if you want to attend to all of that, then obviously you can't sit quiet. And if you can't sit quiet, you really will not be able to have the settlement of all your energies into a state where you can realize some higher realities. You can't download the wisdom from the higher world. So today, I want, again in my next, I'll continue with this. But for today, take it from me, the best part is this. What we found today is this. If we want to do any good to anyone in this world, at home, in our community, in the world, wherever we want to play a role, we have to first become that role model. We have to understand that until such time we sit quietly and go deep inside of us, so slowly and slowly declutter our mind, detoxify our body, and gradually make our body and mind have more, what should I say, balanced energy. Once we have that balance, then whatever you will see, whatever you will talk, whatever you will touch, whatever you will do, there will be a dance. There will be some celebration in it. There will be some extra aura in it. Whoever is going to be the recipient of your gifts, they will receive it not from your ego, but they will receive it from your presence. Presence is your soul. Ego is the shadow of the soul. Presence means who you are in your absolute reality. So your presence is like the aura. So when you are basically daily meditating and allowing this distillation process to happen to your mind and to your body, so that gradually you find, yes, I find I'm more attentive these days. Yes, I can concentrate. Yes, I feel that I don't get so irritated so soon. Previously I used to get irritated in small words. Now I feel, no, I'm not that so reactive these days. I'm slowly getting into compassionate mode of response. I'm able to understand the other person's pain more than my own problems. So these are symptoms that you are getting better and better energetic level inside of you. How do you know it? You are less reactive. You are less aggressive. You are less violent. You are more compassionate. You are more understanding. You are more caring. You are more loving. You can give up your own interest at times for the sake of somebody else who would possibly benefit out of it. You will not so much cling to what do you want, rather than you will look forward to what the other person maybe is wishing to have at this moment from me. Okay, take it. If little bit of my sacrifice of anger and aggression could bring little change in somebody else's mood, why not give it? That's a voluntary. My point is, all of it is possible provided we understand this basic fact. We have to do a lot of work with ourselves. Volunteering is okay, but you cannot be a great volunteer unless you first start with it. And with these activities in your internal level, now you at the same time do that in your home, where there are people who may not be as positive as you expect them to be. Maybe they are very challenging characters and it's very difficult to tackle with them. Maybe at your workplace you have a boss or a colleague or somebody who is very, very negative and very difficult to manage and very difficult to tackle. How do you do it? As you practice in your home, as you practice mindfulness, as you practice more and more awareness, you gradually grow in awareness, and then you can so easily handle this situation. You'll not be so easily reactive and perturbed. You'll be able to take it as they come, as is, without your own colors into it, without your own judgments into it. You just take as is, step back and pause and then respond. This is a very high state. This is a beautiful state wherein you find a lot of peace can be attained. So this is the message for today, and we will possibly continue this conversation in our next sitting. Jai Baba.